Hi, Jim Oliver here from Durflinger Oliver and Associates in Tacoma. I'm answering an Avo question right here, and this one's actually kind of interesting. So, dude showed up at his ex-girlfriend's home to pick up his child, and he walks into the middle of a domestic violence episode where his ex is locked in a bathroom, and her then current dude was threatening her and took a swing at the poster here. And so he's concerned about whether or not he can be charged with domestic violence. And the short answer is no, you can't. So I've been practicing law mostly in the defense realm for about 25 years. And we see these sorts of things all the time. And I love cases like this. You know, we've gotten 3 self-defense verdicts in the last 5 years. And that's where we actually go to trial and our client is found not guilty. And then there's another section of proceeding that comes after that where the jury goes back and considers whether or not the client was actually the victim. And each of those times the client was. And the beautiful thing about Washington State self-defense verdicts is that the defendant gets all of his money back, or her money, so everything that was paid to the attorney, and then the attorney gets paid everything that they were entitled to for going to trial. So we've gotten everything from $35,000 to just shy of $130,000 in self-defense verdicts. So we have a great and very robust RCW that deals with self-defense. And so here, if I were to represent this guy, I would absolutely give notice to the state that this is a self-defense case. And also a defense of other, right? Those are 2 separate things. And you have to plead both of those. And you have to give notice of both of those things to the prosecutor before you actually go to trial. And then, if you're the attorney on the case, and if I were the attorney on the case, I would start tracking all of the time that I put into the case. If you see a self-defense like this come in, you're going to want to track your time. You're going to want to have a fee agreement that talks about your hourly rate, because at some point the state's probably going to have to pay for it. Now, you will be amazed at how often the state is absolutely incapable. So the prosecutor's office is incapable of reading a case and seeing self-defense. It's mind-blowing. In the 3 self-defense cases I talked about, I told the prosecutor before going to trial in each of those, I'm going to get a self-defense verdict on this, and the state's going to have to pay. Now, the prosecutors generally don't care because the money doesn't come out of their pocket. It doesn't come out of the pocket of their office. And sometimes they're just, doing the right thing, which is protecting the alleged victim. In this case, the alleged victim may be the guy who was actually perpetrating violence against the woman he locked in a bathroom, right? So if the cops come in, they write it up that way, then they're going to arrest the poster who showed up to pick up his kid. Ex-girlfriend, baby mama, is locked in a bathroom. The kid's hearing this arguing going on. And then the guy who locked his ex in the bathroom takes a swing at him. Like, holy smokes. Well, unfortunately, it is very, very possible that the person who posted this question to Avo gets charged with being a violent antagonist. It's unfair, but it happens. So is it domestic violence? And that was really the crux of his question. And the short answer is no, it's not, right? So domestic violence is laid out in the RCW, the Revised Code of Washington, and it's an immediate family member. So mom, dad, sister, brother. It is somebody you live with, a housemate. It's somebody that you are in a intimate relationship with, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. This isn't domestic violence, right? They didn't live together. They didn't date. They didn't have children together. So it's absolutely not domestic violence. I got to be honest, dude, I would love to handle this case. But to be completely fair, any reasonably good defense attorney is going to see exactly what I just laid out for you. So I hope things go your way. If you ever have any questions, again, Jim Oliver from Durflinger Oliver and Associates. We don't really practice too much in your neck of the woods in Bremerton, but I'll take your call. If I can help you out, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, shop around. Talk to as many attorneys as you can. Talk to attorneys until you get to the point where you really feel comfortable with somebody. You feel like they're going to fight for you. They're going to go to bat for you. They're going to see this and see that you're the victim here and that you are simply protecting the mother of your child and protecting yourself. And then hire that person. I wish there's more I could say. Best of luck, my friend. And again, if you have any questions, call me, Jim Oliver.